Gemini, that is the scary music that is playing in the background of your mind. I need to untangle it this week because there is so much good stuff going on and you know it and you're just reflecting back to the past. Do not let anybody else's attitude or their approach to you, even if it's in a past reflection and it's only playing in your mindset right now, you need to shut it down. You've already identified, you've already built your character. I feel like you're going backwards right now and it's not necessary. It's just because you're doubting yourself and you're allowing other people's voices to get in your head. And I really need you to just change that narrative because there's so much good stuff because you're sitting in that King of Cups right now. But this gal over here or guy wants to kind of be the party killer. And also too, you're doubting yourself and you just came out of a really fantastic time and you know it, but it's been such a tough turn on the wheel for you, Gemini, these last few months. It's like you make 3 steps forward and then 4 steps back. And it's all from your own internal narrative, like I said. So let's break it this week. Let's snap out of it, okay? And let's move on. Don't let insecurities, fears, or your ability to compete, even in relationship or putting yourself out there or even in work, it's all favored for you. And I need you to stop. Again, I can't say it enough, living in yesterday because it's hindering your ability to move forward. It's beating you down when the lessons have already dissipated from God's point of view in the universe. They're just waiting there like with open arms saying, come to us, Gemini. We've got all these great rewards. And you're just like, no, I can't. Woe is me. Woe is this. And I'm not saying that there haven't been tough hits. I get it. But that's, again, such is life. But you need to move on because new life is waiting for you, okay? This is just a fab week. If you could just get into this guy. Anytime you start to talk negatively to yourself and it's not a positive garden going on in your heart, in your mindset, you need to really pluck it out and just move on, okay? Really get the heart in there because that's Gemini's domain when they're really feeling happy, and I want you to be happy. Everyone else around you is happy. They see you shutting down a little bit, and maybe being secretive, like you're withdrawing, and I just need you to stop doing that, okay? There's just so much heavy duty stuff, and the only answer is you getting into new ideas. That's where God says you believe in your ability. This is Gemini to me with a little dose of Aries. So it's a great kind of personality we want to put on to the forefront, into the world, into our heart, because if we fake it, make it, it's going to change us, okay? And God wants us to change right now. And I need to get any negative thoughts about shameful attitudes, about family, career, relationship, love. It's all there for you, Gemini. So kick that to the curb, especially because I think that's the seed of the nugget that's building up all this anxiety in you, and you need to move on, okay? It's a great week if you could just hook into this guy. So that's the general reading overall. So let's get into why I'm saying this for those that are interested in the cards. That first placement is the 9 of Swords. It's a nightmare card, and that's why I say that scary music is playing in the background of your brain because we're building up the nightmare, okay? We need to stop it. And God has some answers for us that we need to plant new ideas that we've worked so hard to get, because that's what that crossing card indicates. The 3 of Swords, it's our identity emerging. We fought for our character. We fought for our ethics, our integrity, and doing the right thing. And now you're letting your ability that you did the right thing kind of just make a nightmare in you. And like there's been a lot of shady stuff going on for you for a while now. So don't, again, let other people's narrative or their point of view to you, because it's not correct and you know it, let that bum you out, because why would you let someone else live in your brain? Come on, Gemini, really, or your heart. And that's what God's saying. I got new ideas here. Let's plant some new fields. It's spring. Let's go out and greet the sun, the sunshine, the warmth. And you're like, no, no, no. And I'm insecure and I don't know how to put myself out there. Hey, shit happens to everybody, okay? And I get it, but you really need to move out. I hate to be kind of like, again, be that bitch slap, but I need to, because now we have insecurities and fears and how to put myself back out there into the real world, or put my ideas out there, or put love out there. Stop, because you have so much good karma and you already know it. That's what's sitting at the past reflection, right? So we don't need to have this in our gut anymore at the base, right? Or this in our significator. Come on now. So we need to believe in God and the universe. That's what got through everything, okay? Even during those deep conversations that nobody even knew about. That's why the reward of the king is here. It's like, let's get spiritual. Let's get ethereal. Let's get like, woo, flowers and good times. You need it, Gemini. And there's a half of you that's like that. So give control over to that half, because the other half has been all anxiety ridden and just tying itself in a knot all the time. So like, what is use to that anymore? Let's try something new. That's what God's saying. Let's plant a new idea in that big brain and heart of yours, okay? In your spirit. And you want it, that's the 7. That's in a direct extension of the first placement. So you're the high priestess. You did all this work, this enlightenment, the spiritual connection. Now I really don't believe it. I'm going to just use my brain instead of my intuition and my heart and my intuitive nature, okay? This is the material world. This is spirit and God. So let that overpower it. You've already learned these lessons because the high priestess wouldn't be there if you hadn't, okay? And that's another message from God saying helps you get out of that entanglement. And that's why I was saying, like, people might be seeing you as secretive and shutting down a little bit, because that's the 8 placement. What's interesting here too, I'll say this, because the 7 is for our betterment. We're the ones that are holding the secrets. And if you don't really care what other people think of you like that, fine, because you might need to make those maneuvers right now at your own pace, in your own way, okay? And not sharing it with the world, okay? And that might even be unfamiliar territory to you, because a Gemini likes to share everything, right? They feel good about people, and you've been hurt. So again, shutting down a little bit, but again, this is for your betterment. So whatever you have to do with regards to other people's point of view, okay? And hopes and fears, the star, that's why we're saying we're sitting in something. It's one of the toughest cards. You've already been through the star. That's what the past reflection. But, it's like your hope to move on for the star, but your fear is to move on for the star. Even a rut gets comfortable, right? After a while, even a tough time of having like the boxing gloves up all the time becomes a familiar stance, and we need to break that, okay? Because the star gives you great karma. You're already receiving it. It's carrying over now to release the heart of all that tension and anxiety. This guy lives free of that, even in the material, right? And that helps you break that feeling about past reflections. And the 10 is really great. He's, like I said, in the earlier part, he's like Gemini had a baby with Aries, and he grows up to be the royal leader of the dynamic, right? He's a creative, he's advertising, he's putting himself out there with a big strut. Everyone is attracted to him. He's a charmer. But I'll also say this, if you've gone out with someone like that or are separated from someone like that, that's a good sign. But if you need that kind of energy for yourself to ignite that flame in your heart and your spirit to match the beautiful water vibe of this guy, that's what's on hand. And then God is saying, hey, you're such a good egg. Let me throw this in here too. The 3 of Pentacles is giving you that affirmation of the new start to build something, okay? And family, relationship, love, community, career, it's all touches it. And I think, Gemini, you've been going through it all. The last couple of years have been a doozy for you, but now you're coming out of it. So I don't need you living in yesterday, okay? Because there's so much good stuff. There's no more scary music playing anymore, and you know it. Let's go hear little birds sing. That would be really nice.